Hi Virgo, here is your love reading for the month of June 2017. I am sorry that I didn't do any readings last week, but unfortunately I was suffering with a chest infection and also am now getting over sinusitis, so I haven't been very well and still quite congested. Also, I have decided to stop doing the weekly readings due to the fact that I do work full-time through the whole week, as well as run a home, as well as trying to do these readings for you, and also in between trying to find some free time for myself. Doing the weekly readings was just too difficult, so I've had no choice but to revert back to monthly readings. I'm going to be doing monthly love readings. I will continue with the ex-partner readings for as long as you still want to see those. And I am hoping to get back on track with the career readings. Also, I have decided as of this month to start to show the card that is at the bottom of the deck, okay? And you have the Tower card here. It is the Major Arcana and it's number 16. And it is in its reverse position, which is slightly better. The thing with the Tower card, when it's in this position, it talks more about change. It talks about the avoidance of the complete collapse of something. But in order to avoid the complete collapse, change is going to have to be brought into this situation. Now, it may be change that you don't want. Change that may take you out of your comfort zone. But nonetheless, the change is needed if the complete destruction can be avoided. Now, it may not be you. It may be somebody that you're involved with that is resisting this change. And you may be the one that is pushing for this change. No, you may be the one that knows this change is necessary in order for this relationship to continue to grow and develop. Now, at the center, we do have the Page of Pentacles. This is your energy here, okay? Pentacles is earth energy for yourself, Virgo, as well as Taurus and Capricorn. Now, the page can often be a messenger. And yes, because it's Pentacles, even though this is a love reading, it can be talking about finances. And if that is the case for some of you, then it is talking about good news on the financial front. If this is talking about a relationship, and this is a love reading, so I'm applying it more to relationships. It's talking about how you may be very focused on this relationship. Very focused in trying to build on what you already have. Maybe also very focused on trying to bring in the changes that you know are needed in order, like I said, for both of you to continue to build and grow in this relationship. In the challenging position, you do have the Five of Pentacles. It's in its reversed position, which is better, okay? The Five of Pentacles, it can talk about how if there has been any issues or challenges, if you like, within this relationship, they may very well be coming to an end during the month of June. It can as well talk about how you may be regaining your self-confidence here. But also, the one aspect to the Five of Pentacles that you need to be careful with is sometimes it can talk about being in a relationship, but still feeling very much alone. That type of feeling as though you could be in a room full of people, but as I said, still feel very much alone. Now, it may not be you. If you are the one that is focusing very heavily on this relationship and trying to build on it, and maybe, as I said, trying to bring change into the relationship, it may very well be your partner that, although they're in this relationship, for some reason they may very well be feeling isolated or very much alone. Now, for some of you, that this Page of Pentacles is talking about finances. It could be for some of you that you are focusing in this month of June more on your finances and your career, which could result in you not having as much time for your partner. And they may very well then be feeling quite alone and isolated within this relationship. And the change with the Tower card may be that you need to focus more on this relationship rather than so much on your finances or your career. Now, down here we have the Two of Swords. It's in its reverse position. With the Two of Swords, it can talk about how you may be feeling very overwhelmed by your partner's point of view or opinions within this relationship. It may also be that you are feeling as though you need to try to be a peacemaker here. That you may be wanting to speak up and say something. But you know if you do, it's going to result in maybe some arguing. The Two of Swords also can talk about an element of deception or a lack of trust within a relationship. And it can talk about the need for you to maybe dig a little deeper here in order to get to the truth of this situation. Now, this is going to be different for all of you, okay? Some of you, it is talking about deception and lies. For some of you, it is going to be talking about feeling overwhelmed. Feeling as though you want to speak up, but you can't. And maybe that is where change is also needed. Change in the fact that you feel you are able to get your point of view across, that you are able to speak up. The Two of Swords also can be in its upright about needing to make a choice, a decision. And knowing that either choice is negative. In the reverse position, it can talk about this blindfold now coming off. And you making this decision. Now, the thing that worries me is in the near past, we do have here the Ten of Cups. It's in its reverse position. And the Cups deals with our feelings and our emotions. The thing with the Ten of Cups is, yes, it can talk about secrets coming out. Revelations. But it can also touch on the need for you to look within yourself. That how in the near past you may have allowed your partner to dictate your happiness. And it's about being true to yourself. See, I feel this Two of Swords, as I said, is more talking about you feeling as though you've had to go along with everything that your partner has wanted. That somehow along the way you've lost your voice in this relationship. Feeling as though you haven't been able to speak up and say what it is that you want or how you feel or what you think is wrong. And I think it's brought that situation with the Ten of Cups in the near past. And it could be now in this month of June that you may very well start to see that you have been allowing your partner to dictate too much, to be in control too much, to on some form or another dictate your happiness. Up here we've got the Five of Cups in the reverse position. Now, the Five of Cups, it talks about the loss. It talks about having lost something that has impacted you on an emotional level. The good thing is the card is in its reverse position, because when it's reversed, it talks about recovering from that. It talks about you picking yourself up, dusting yourself down and moving forward. Now, this Ten of Cups for some of you could most definitely be talking about how in the near past a relationship has broken up for you. And for some of you, You could be deciding in this month of June to focus more on your finances and your career. And this Five of Pentacles could be talking about how you are starting to recover from this loss, but it still may very well be a challenge during this month of June. But this Five of Cups is the recovery. Now, it can be the recovery, you moving on now from this loss. You deciding to turn around and focus on the two cups that are still standing. But you may very well still have some regrets. But it's about learning to live with those regrets. It may be for some of you that this is your partner. That if you have decided to end this relationship, or you're going to make that decision in this month of June, then this may very well be focusing here on your partner. It doesn't have to be talking about you. See, the Five of Cups as well, it can talk very much about the failure of a relationship. Knowing that a dream you had with this relationship is now beyond your reach. But in reality, you know that you are now ready to move on from this. Now, the outcome for June, we've got the Nine of Swords here in the reversed, which again, I'm glad to see that card in its reverse position. It talks about how you've been in your own head recently. It talks about all those horrible, crappy thoughts and worries that we have in our own head. It talks about the mental anguish that we put ourselves through. How we may sit up at night worrying. In its reversed, it talks about how you are now starting to come out of that. See, for some of you, this Tower card is going to be talking about a breakup of a relationship. But it's going to be... See, with the Tower card, it comes in quick and sudden and it's destructive. And you don't see it and you don't expect it. In the reverse position, yes, it can talk about change is needed. But it can also talk about how something has come to an end or is going to. But you saw that that was happening. You saw that that change was needed. The Ten of Cups in the near past, as I said, is telling me that for some of you, this was the ending of a relationship. And for another group of you, it is telling me that you have allowed this relationship or the person you was involved with to be the one to dictate your happiness. Almost like you felt that you couldn't be emotionally fulfilled and content unless you was in this relationship. And if that is the case, then during this month of June, you're going to start to see that that's not the case. That you can move forward and find some emotional contentment on your own. Because I do feel for a lot of you, while you were in this relationship, and if you're still in this relationship in the month of June, I do think that, like I said, you were in the relationship, but you still felt very much alone. Because I don't think you had much say in this relationship. I feel it was more to do with your partner. Okay, Virgo, I don't know if this reading's going to make sense to anybody, okay? It is for Virgo, Sun, Moon and Rising. And please remember, it is just a general reading, okay? Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.